This is Real News Media TV, coverage you can trust. Please like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates. Good afternoon, my Real News Media TV family. Welcome back to the channel for another news update for February 11, 2023. And in the news this afternoon, Carrera's employee stabbed to death in St. Anne. A sales representative of cigarette company Carrera's Limited was found stabbed to death in Paris, St. Anne on Saturday morning. He has been identified as Wesley Trench, a 32-year-old resident of Mount Edgecombe near Runaway Bay in the parish. Head of the St. Anne Police, Senior Superintendent Dwight Powell, said a resident stumbled upon the body beside a car in the vicinity of the only spotlight in Prairie around 5:50 a.m. He said there was no further details and investigations are ongoing. Carrera's Limited is Jamaica's leading marketer and a distributor of cigarettes and tobacco-related products. It's a member of the British American Tobacco Group of companies. Chang wants a capital murder for man held in killing of Hanover schoolgirl. National Security Minister Dr. Harris Chang wants the 42-year-old man in police custody in relation to the killing of 9-year-old schoolgirl Nikita Jojo Noel to be charged with capital murder and locked away for life. Chang said the police, in collaboration with forensic experts, are now compiling evidence ahead of formally laying charges against the man for the alleged rape and murder of the Esher primary school student in Hanover earlier this month. I expected the charge to be capital murder because obviously he knew the child, he knew when she came in from school, so that's a premeditated murder, said Chang, who is also Jamaica's Deputy Prime Minister, while responding to questions from reporters during a visit in Greenhill, Westmoreland on Friday. The brutality of the act is difficult, it cannot be comprehended, so I expected the police in conjunction with the forensic lab to put the evidence together and to effect the charge, and this one is a charge of murder, he continued. This man is brutal and has to be kept out of the community for life, the National Security Minister declared. That kind of activity can only be described as brutal. It is difficult to comprehend how you can have a human being behave like that. Speaking on the investigation, Chang said a post-mortem is to be done to collect the required evidence. DNA evidence will be crucial, and the forensic lab is moving at a good clip, but it will take a little while to have all the evidence together. In a case like that, you don't want to have any loopholes. It's a very sad thing, he explained. The police reported that on February 1, 9-year-old Nikita Noel of a Q address near Lucy in Hanover was reported missing by her mother, Nardia Edwards, who became suspicious after her daughter didn't come home from school. Following hours of a community-wide search led by family members and the law enforcers, her lifeless body was found near her home. The police, upon examination of her body, have theorized that she was raped and strangled to death. Road in Manchester renamed in honor of Desmond Mackenzie. A road in Somerset, Manchester has been renamed in honor of veteran politician and the current Minister of Local Government and Rural Development Desmond Mackenzie. Guava Walk Road is now Desmond Mackenzie Close. The unveiling took place yesterday. Council for the Johns Hall Division, where Somerset is located, Faith Sampson, lauded Mackenzie for his work over the years, highlighting that he has done a lot to improve housing, water and roads in the area. When someone does well, we need to let the world know, because when someone does bad, we talk. Desmond Mackenzie is one of a kind. He loves the poor people. He goes all out for his less fortunate brothers and sisters, and I just want to say thank you for everything you have done for us in the Johns Hall Division, said Sampson. Mackenzie was in the area following the opening of a water shop in the Mile Gully community. That project is said to have cost a total of $14 million. A similar facility is to be established in Somerset. That $30,000 a gallon water shop will supply the over 15,000 residents in the community and the neighboring areas. I am really moved by this gesture of appreciation by the Manchester Municipal Corporation and the residents of the community. I am in the job to offer service because as ministers, we are servants of the people and it is our responsibility to work, said Mackenzie. We have been working in Manchester for the benefit of the people of Manchester. I want to encourage you to be patient. We know this area does not have water easily, and we are putting in a water shop, and this is not a promise. The work is in progress, he said. Fourth suspect charged in Sagicor bank fraud. Another suspect has been charged in connection with the multi-million-dollar fraud racket uncovered at the Sagicor bank. Tishon Samuels, 26, employed by the bank as a client care officer, was charged on Thursday night with multiple counts of fraud, including conspiracy, larceny as a servant, breaches of the Cybercrime Act, and making unauthorized withdrawals from customers' accounts. She was released on station bail in the sum of $1 million. She is the fourth bank employee to be charged in the case. Elisa Moulton White, former vice president for group marketing, her sister Tricia Monique Moulton, who was the manager of the Ligonier branch, and Malika McLeod, a personal banker at the branch, are also charged in the case. Investigators say more than $60 million was defrauded from customers' accounts in the alleged scam. The police have alleged that during the period August to October 2022, the women conspired and defrauded the U.S. foreign currency accounts of about 6 Sagicor customers. One account was reportedly defrauded of $40 million. The 4 accused are scheduled to return to the St. Andrew Parish Court on February 21. Man sentenced to 9 years in prison for chopping youth. Delmar Hines, the St. Mary man who pleaded guilty to chopping a 17-year-old boy in his head in 2021, has been sentenced to 9 years and 5 months in prison. The 36-year-old father of 8 was sentenced on Friday in the Home Circuit Court. Presiding Judge Justice Simone Wolf-Rees, while outlining the mitigating and aggravating factors, noted that Hines pursued the complainant and chopped him several times on the head. Justice Wolf-Rees asserted that such a behavior is not acceptable. The police had reported that on November 4, about 12:05 a.m., Hines confronted the teen, whom he accused of committing a crime. Hines then used a machete to chop the boy, inflicting several wounds, including severing his right ear. The police were summoned and Hines was arrested and charged. Slippers with ganja and tobacco found at the St. Catherine Parish Court Jail. An investigation is underway following the seizure of drugs at the St. Catherine Parish Court Jail on Friday. Police personnel found the contraband consisting of tobacco, ganja, and Rizla inside the slippers during a routine search. The slippers were suspended from a string, which the police believe would allow prisoners to retrieve the illegal items from the outside. A similar discovery was made a week ago. Several members at the court said it was a dangerous practice which must be tackled decisively. The discovery came in the wake of Chief Justice Brian Sykes warning that ganja smoking should not be allowed in the precinct of the Supreme Court building in Kingston. Children's advocate distressed at release of video showing little boy having temper tantrum. Children's advocate Diane Gordon Harrison has highlighted the need for more resources at all levels of the education system to support the children who are in need of psychosocial intervention. Mrs. Gordon Harrison's comment follows the release of a video on social media that appears to show a basic school-aged boy having a temper tantrum. In the middle-long clip, his class teacher attempts to calm him to no avail. Realizing he is being recorded, the boy makes the offensive middle finger gesture to the person holding the camera and to his teacher. The children's advocate told the news on Saturday that recording the child while in distress was inappropriate and could result in the child being stigmatized.
From where I sit, it represents a child who is in need of support, serious and emergency intervention because something has gone very wrong. I'm not sure what it is just by looking at the video, but clearly there's the need for an assessment, perhaps psychiatric, perhaps emotional, perhaps of the social context, within the home to see exactly what is going on here. It may be as well that there is something in terms of developmental milestones that needs to be addressed. Whatever it is, it's a cry for help. As far as the teacher is concerned, I see a teacher who is really trying her best to, maintain control of her class, maintain control of the situation as it is unfolding, and trying perhaps to understand in the moment how best to treat with it. The resources that we need are far from exhaustive. And it is clear that, teachers now are being called upon to do much more than teach.
Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates.